Hi, just want to talk about a common mistake I'm seeing as I go through the exponential form of how to write an exponential function. One mistake that I'm finding is when you're looking at this, discussing what the growth factor is. So if I was doubling, the growth factor would be 2. Triple, the growth factor would be 3. Okay, if you are increasing by 25%, then the growth factor is 25%. How it looks in the equation, though, is 1.25. So when you see 1.17 as a b, you can look at that as a growth of 1.17 or 17%. This is not 117% that I'm seeing. This would either be a 17% increase or a growth of 1.17. However you want to talk about the growth factor being, it would be one of these two. Okay, go back and look at the form, retry it. Let's look at decay before we move on, because there was some mistakes with decay as well. So decay, so a half-life is an example of decay. And that would give you a decay factor of a half. Okay, if we were decreasing by 12%, this would be a decay factor of 1 minus 0.12, which would make the B 88. 0.88 would be your decay factor is 0.88 or 12%. It's not 88%. Again, these are how you would look at it. You're decreasing by 12% or you have a decay factor of 0.88. So both of those are equivalent ways of saying it. I think some of you were getting a little bit confused on the percents. Please go back and check the videos and go back and check some of your work. I gave you full credit if you did it, but I want to make sure you fully understand it. So let's look at one more example. If I had 0.65, which was one of the problems in it, and I asked you what the decay would be, you would look at this as this is the decay factor. So you could say 0.65, or you would look at that as a 35% decrease, because 1 minus 35 gives you the 65. So it's 35%. You could look at it as 1 minus 0.65, get that number, and then turn it to a percent. And that's your percent of decay. Or you can keep it as the decimal and talk about the decay factor as that. Some of you were getting a little bit confused. Please take a look at this, re-look back at your work to make sure you fully understand it.